How you feeling, manager? I'm glad I got us this far. You think I can keep it going?
I think you can keep it going. I think here's the thing: when people are beaten by Ethan Beller, you're able to beat them. And Jake lost to Ethan Beller, so I think you might be able to beat him. It's a clash. You might have been able to beat Ethan Beller, but I think you can take down the two people that he has beaten and then go up against Jeremy. How are you feeling about this?
I just worked overtime, so I'm not going to use that as an excuse. I'm ready to go. I've been waiting for this all week. I got to give Jake his props, though. I know this is going to be a very interesting match. Definitely probably going to be my hardest fought one yet, but we'll see how it goes. All I know is that I expect to win. Let's just keep this going.
Jake, I have nothing to say against Antonio. I think he's a great guy. I think he's has the most respect in this league. He's a super respectful guy. Who gave Joe Harrison anywhere the right to manage anybody? Joe, I'm sorry. I've never heard of you until right now in the managing scene. I've seen you as a judging debates, but that's about it. So what do you think you can manage? This is bad. So you and Antonio match up pretty well in knowledge, but he's got Joe, and I don't think Joe's played a normal trivia match ever. So this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting call.
Yeah, it's me and Antonio got here the same way. It was luck and knowledge, and we played both. We both played great competitors, really strong performances. We're both given. Antonio's kind of like the Lou Diamond in the rough Phillips. He came out of nowhere, and now he's proved himself to be really strong competitor. He may be from the spirit world, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm looking forward to a good match, and at the end of the match, we could be looking at the size of that chicken because I think this is going to be fun. So Antonio, you're a great competitor, and I'm not looking past whoever's after this match, but we're just going to have a good match.
Yeah, good luck.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Multiplex Movie Warzone. And today we have a very good match. This is the #1 contender match between Jake Maringoni and Antonio Chavez. This is going to be very interesting. The winner, of course, will be facing the champion, Jeremy Adams. And on the desk today, we have the Schmodown champion, the former Movie Warzone champion, Mr. Paul Oyama. Paul, how are you feeling about this match?
Yeah, I'm excited. We got a really good Aussie and also Jake in this match, so we'll see what happens in this #1 contender match. But I'm excited to see who comes out on top, and this is going to be a deciding factor in who might hold the belt next. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. So without further ado, let's get everybody into the ring. So introducing first, coming into the ring with 4 wins, 1 defeat, representing scruffy-looking Nerf herders. It is Antonio, the Assassin, Chavez, and his manager, Joe Harrison. And coming into the ring second, with a record of 6 wins, 3 defeats, representing the concept of what a hamburger is all about, and the fellowship. It is Jake, the Maestro, Maringoni, led by his manager, Cody Newberry.
Thanks for the full title name, Vince.
I was too lazy to type it on a Friday night or whenever we uploaded. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get started with round one. Round one, you know how it works. 8 questions, 8 categories, whiteboard. You get them all right, you get a bonus question. So, your first question is going to come in the category of 2000s. 2006's Blood Diamond revolves around a civil war in what African nation? This is a movie about blood and/or diamonds, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no Captain America Civil War, but I guess this movie is okay.
5.
Not enough parking lot fights.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Jake.
I don't know. South Africa.
And Antonio.
Niger.
Incorrect.
Should have listened to that Kanye West song, Diamonds from Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is the answer.
Sierra Leone, correct answer. Next question.
Your second question comes in the category of animated. In 1997's Anastasia, who voices Vladimir, Dimitri's friend and con artist?
Now, these questions are going to get a little tougher, seeing that these competitors have made it this far.
Is that what we're calling him? No, I'm kidding.
I have not seen this film, actually.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Jake.
John Rhys Davies.
And Antonio.
Christopher Lloyd.
Incorrect. We're looking for Kelsey Grammer, Fraser himself. You're getting to the third question, which will come in the category of sci-fi fantasy or fantasy sci-fi. In Return to Oz, what type of animal is Belina?
Wow.
Have you seen this film, Paul?
I have not seen this film, actually. Fun fact.
I know that this terrified a bunch of people who are now 30.
I've seen a couple scenes, and it looks a bit unnerving.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with Antonio.
I've also never seen it. Rabbit.
And Jake.
I have not seen a Crow.
Chicken.
Ooh, hot start for our competitors. Hot start. 3 for 3 on misses. Your question number 4 comes in the category of classics. What 1954 film revolves around two talented performers, one whose career begins to flourish and the other begins to decline? How do you feel about classics? What did you think of this when you saw it in the theater? Was it your first date movie or?
Oh no, this was like my third, fourth date. Like I was already in my 20s when this came out.
Got it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with Antonio.
Stars Born.
And Jake.
I said all about Eve.
A Star is Born is correct. Antonio
off the deep end. Off the deep end.
And your next question in the category directors. Who directed All the President's Men? At first, I thought I was a little worried because it was like no Oscars, no release dates, no directors.
No directors.
Got some questions in there. References. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with Jake.
Alan J. Pakula.
And Antonio.
I said Sidney Lumet.
Alan J. Pakula is correct.
Sidney Lumet was a little busy directing a better movie that year, but that we'll move on from that.
I agree, actually.
In the category of movie release dates,
I'll be quiet.
in what year was the Easter film Hop released?
I saw this in the theater.
I gotta be honest, I don't think I know what this is.
I need to.
This is
Never mind. I do know what this is, but I've not seen it.
5,
Kaleb Boatman.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with Antonio.
2008.
And Jake. That is correct.
Damn.
Jake takes the lead now. We get into our 10. You're welcome, Brian. Ultimate question. Category
Our pencil
of
ultimate question. Our pencil ultimate question.
Pencil ultimate. Ultimate pencil. In stores now. In 1991's Father of the Bride, Steve Martin's character owns a company that makes and sells what?
I don't think it's children, but I believe he did make at least one, according to the title of this movie.
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Antonio.
I just guessed quilts.
And Jake.
I just guessed shoes.
Shoes is correct.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Jumanji.
And your last question, this is for the perfect round. Just kidding. No, it's not. Your category is movie taglines. What disaster film has the tagline, "The coast is toast"?
I was hoping there would be something about ghosts with the most, or something else in that tagline, or anything else that rhymes with "oast."
Yeah, I'll leave that one to you.
Colin Jost.
No, we don't say that name around here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with Jake.
Not specific enough. Volcano.
And Antonio.
I said San Andreas.
Volcano is correct.
Oh my god. Damn. I had one.
Toast. Make me thought of the heat.
It was not the Paul Giamatti scientist movie. It was incorrect. It's in fact
Where's the fault on the earthquake? Okay. So that was a horrible impression. I apologize.
No, that was 10
So round 1 ends with Jake in the lead with 12 points, Antonio behind with 1. You get into round 2. Round 2 is going to work like this. There's 10 different categories on our wheel from wheeldecide.com. You're going to get a chance to spin that wheel. If you like what you spin, you can keep it. If you don't, you can spin again, but then you are stuck with it. You're going to get 5 questions, whatever category you land on. If you get it right, you get 2 points. You go to multiple choice, you get 1. Or if you get it wrong, your opponent gets a chance to steal. The categories on our wheel tonight are Oscars, which is Jake's strength, Spinner's Choice, Tarantino, which is Antonio's, Scores and Soundtracks, Classics, MCU, which is Antonio's, and Opponent's Choice, Haneke, which is Jake's, Action Adventure, and Family Films. So, Jake, you are in the lead. I will bring your manager in. You want to spin first or defer?
We'll let Antonio go first.
Yeah. We'll be able to gauge how round 2 is going, the difficulty level. So yeah, I'll let him go first.
Yeah, Toasty.
Okay. Joe, Antonio, this is your spin. It's going to land on Family Films. Do you want to keep it or spin again?
How are you feeling about it, man?
No, I'm not feeling good about family films.
All right, then let's spin again.
I'm gonna ride or die. Let's go.
Yep.
And it's the category you
Will
are.
he ride or will he die?
Yes,
Michael
I knew it.
Haneke.
I knew it.
Hey, man, it happened. It happened against Jacoby, and we saw how that turned out. You're fine, man. You got this.
All right. Boatman, I'll read these questions to Antonio
Okay.
in the category of Michael Haneke. Antonio, your first question. In the film Happy End, what causes Eve's mother to go into a coma?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, car accident, B, poisoning, C, falling from a horse, or D, a seizure?
D.
D is in
Seizure?
David?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Poisoning.
Jake. Poisoning is correct for 1 point. Jake with the 1 point steal. Your second question in Michael Haneke. What was the first film for which Michael Haneke was nominated for an Oscar?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Amour, B, The White Ribbon, C, Cachet, or D, Happy End?
Cachet.
That is incorrect, Jake.
Can I get some clarification on nominated? Are we talking just as the individual, not the country? Because we have
Yes.
foreign language. Okay, good.
Yes.
It's a more.
That is correct for 1 point for the 1 point steal. Antonio, your third question, Michael Haneke. Cachet centers around a married couple who live in what European city?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Venice, B, London, C, Paris, or D, Berlin?
Paris.
That is correct for 1 point. Your fourth question. How many feature films directed by Michael Haneke did Isabelle Huppert appear in?
A wild guess. 2.
That is incorrect, Jake. You need to answer in 5, 4, 3, 2. That is correct for a huge 2 point steal. And your final question in this round, Antonio. In Funny Games, when Naomi Watts' character, Anne, shoots and kills Peter, what does his partner, Paul, do to fix the situation?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, knocks her out, B, kills her husband in retaliation, C, forces her to give him CPR, or D, rewinds the scene with a TV remote?
I feel like it's D. D.
That is correct. That is correct for 1 point.
I mean,
Okay, so unless I am mistaken, that does end the round with Jake getting some major steals in there with 8 points and Antonio behind with 3. So you have
I believe that is correct, yes.
Okay, 8-3 as we get into Jake's spin. And I will bring back up the wheel. And I'll
Cody.
put Cody in there. And your spin is away. And it lands on Classic. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Listen, I feel pretty safe just spinning it because we have a good lead, and worst case scenario, just go multiple choice on whatever category we get.
Yeah, and Boatman probably wrote these, and he was alive when they were in theater, so I don't think that's safe to
He
have.
has the experience.
Yeah, so he wrote some deep cuts. So let's
spin it.
spin that.
Okay. And it's going to land on Oscar.
Ooh. It's almost been a choice. What's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, at that
And
point, yeah.
I will give you your questions in the category of Oscars.
Let's not screw this up.
Your first question. How many people were nominated for acting awards for Titanic?
2.
That is correct for 2 points.
Also would have accepted too many.
I agree. Your second question. Harvey Keitel received his only Oscar nomination for what film?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, The Last Temptation of Christ, B, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, C, The Bad Lieutenant, D, Bugsy.
Bugsy.
That is correct for 1 point.
Should have just gone for it. Wasn't Ben Kingsley also nominated?
Yes, he was.
That's what I was thinking. Like, confused.
Who won Best Supporting Actor for films released in 1982? Five. 4.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Lou Gossett Jr., B, John Lithgow, C, Jack Nicholson, D, John Gielgud.
Lou Gossett Jr.
That is correct for 1 point.
Austin and gentlemen.
The only ever tie for Best Actress occurred when Katharine Hepburn won along with what other actress?
Barbra Streisand.
That is correct for 2 points.
And we are in a position here where if Jake gets this question on either multiple choice or on 2 points, it is a knockout. And I believe also if Antonio fails to steal,
I have us at
knockout, right.
What do you have us at right now, Paul?
14-3. Is that?
Yes. Okay, that is what I have.
Yeah. So Antonio needs to get a steal, I believe, to keep
Antonio
this around.
needs a 1 point steal or more in order to stand.
Yeah.
And your final question in this category: who won the Oscar for Best Song for "Let the River Run" from the 1988 film Working Girl? Five, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Carole King, B, Linda Ronstadt, C, James Taylor, D, Carly Simon.
D, Carly Simon.
And your winner by way of knockout, Jake, the Maestro, Maringoni. The correct answer was Carly Simon. So Jake wins 15-3, and Jake will be once again facing Jeremy Adams with a very dominant performance here. So let's get started. Let's bring in Jake's manager, Cody. Jake, I just want to start this off by saying I think a lot of people kind of wrote you off at the beginning of this year with the Ethan Beller fiasco. And I think
Boatman. Well, I'll stop you. Okay, we've heard it. We've heard it from all the people in the gallery. We've heard it from Jacoby Bancroft and all these other people that says, "Oh, Ethan Beller, the next coming." Guess what? People show up and have a good day every once in a while. But look, is Ethan in this match? Did Ethan show up to this match? Did he have an opportunity? No, he didn't. He got lucky, and Jake didn't get knocked out in that match. He didn't get a TKO'd. It went the wire. Like, it was a great match. It's a fantastic match. So let's not all talk about that he's washed up or he can't do it. Jake is the same.
Came back from that is what I'm
listen, you 75-year-old man. I'm going to tell you right now. Jake is the same trivia player he's always been. He gets better every time he's in here. He's proven it tonight. Yes, he ended up getting his strength, but then he had to take Oscars and he ended up with the knockout. The next question is, yes, we're facing Jeremy Adams. We're not happy to face Jeremy Adams. We don't like this setup. This is the worst setup that possibly could happen, but we're going to take this match yet again. We're not going to have hidden strengths like they do in another league that you can hide up until the match point. We're going to actually know the strength going in. We're going to make a game plan, and we're going to do our best to try to win this game. That's the whole goal. So the Ethan Beller stuff is over. We're done with it. He's in a championship match. Ethan Beller's not. So you just need to be worried about your tag titles because there's a tag team that's coming for them, and then that involves Jake. And you need to worry about you'll never get the team title, the championship because it will be on Jake's shoulder after you lose. So yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
Love you too. Bye, Cody. Jake, any other words?
Well, I was hoping to talk about the match, but Cody apparently is already ready for the next one. But Antonio, I got really lucky today. I got really, really lucky. There's been a couple of matches where I've gotten opponent's choice or I didn't get lucky in round 2. I got all the luck today, and I wish that wasn't the thing that decided it. Like, I got unlucky against Ethan, but he gave me a category that I was particularly good at. But Antonio, it was just unfortunate. I mean, I missed the first 4 questions of the match in round 1. Like, that was a weird thing that happened, and then I got every other question right after that. But it sucks that it had to happen this way. But I keep getting to this point because I keep giving these good performances. You can keep getting your strengths, but it's about getting the answers right that really matters. And the fact that everyone kept saying Ethan, the biggest upset ever. It was a fluke, and I think it's done now. It's done at this point. It doesn't really matter. I was hoping to play him in teams, but I've got other things to worry about there. But once again, me and Jeremy play. My first match this year was against Jeremy in the title match to crown a champion after this little guy left. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm getting ready. It'll be the last. Is it gonna be the last match of King's Day thing that's happening? So I've got all the time. And Jeremy, get ready because at this point I've got nothing to lose.
All right. Well, I do just want to add an interesting stat fact. Now that you have 2 KOs and 3 TKOs, bringing 5 knockouts total, you now hold the record for the most combined KOs and TKOs. So that is impressive.
Now you're doing my job.
I wonder who held that one before. I don't know. Interesting. Anyway.
It was a combination of you and me, actually. Oh, wow. And weirdly enough, Ryan Parmesan, because of the play-in.
This is the player, yeah.
Okay, well, let's bring in Antonio and Joe. How are you guys feeling about what happened?
I did not want it to at least end like that, but I don't know. I gotta take everything as like a learning experience. Like I got this far, but I know what I really need to work on, and just stop. I need to start taking chances. Like maybe I should have went with any films. Even though it wasn't something that I felt strong in, because I felt just somehow my luck was going to lean towards going towards that damn guy who I can't even Haneke, whatever his name is. I just had a feeling because as soon as I saw it, I was like, I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen if I spin again. But listen, I gotta give Jake his props. I know he called himself lucky, but no, he was right. He got the answers. He gave the right answers, and I messed up a lot, and he showed that he's the better competitor. So I gotta give him his props. Yeah, I understand that luck plays a factor, but he showed he's the better competitor today.
Joe, I think you're muted.
Yeah.
I always mute myself. Why do I do this? Yeah, but Antonio played a hell of a match. We kept fighting, but we just couldn't pull it out. But we'll be back next season. We're not done. We still have a lot to prove in this league. He has a lot to prove. I mean, Corey Quinto wants a match against him, so maybe we can get that set up.
Yeah, I didn't want to feel like that in front of Paul either. I didn't want to mess up with that.
Well, let's now go over to Paul at the desk for final thoughts.
Yeah, so it was an interesting match. It wasn't quite a happy end for Antonio, but it is what it is. And I guess this Jeremy and Jake match is coming around again. That's for my Carly Simon heads out there. But no, I mean, like Jake said, the ball bounced his way. But, every match is decided by some degree of luck. So, yeah, he's going against Jeremy again. And like he said, what's he got to lose at this point? I guess another title match. But, I'm sure he'll be as prepared as ever. And I hope Jeremy is too, because that should be a slugfest.
Seems like every time Jake and Jeremy play, it's a little bit closer. It's a little bit closer to... So, I don't know. We could see something else. You never know. It's going to be interesting. So from Antonio, from his manager Joe, from Cody, and from Jake, and from Paul, this has been Multiplex Movie Warzone. I am Kaleb Boatman, and catchphrase.
Take care.